Hey, how's everybody doing today? Hopefully, I got audio. We're good. I can see you. We're good. Hopefully, you're having a good day. How's everybody doing? If you're here for the first time, thanks for joining. If you've been here before, glad to have you back. Tell me who's watching. See how you guys are doing. Today's Friday. It's gonna be a good trading day. I'm excited. This week hasn't been the easiest week for trading. It's been really volatile. It has been choppy. But today's gonna be a good day. We're gonna take a look at the market. We're gonna see where everything is at, and we're gonna get going. Going for today. Let's see here. Here's our first breaker. That's nice. The 5-minute breaker. T-Man, how you doing? That's good. It's good to see you. The 5-minute had a breaker right here. Last move lower on the 5-minute. There is that level there. We go down to the 1-minute time frame. We got a low, high, lower, low. Here's our breaker right here. It did go into this breaker quite a bit, but it may have still worked depending on if you had a 10 or 15 point stop loss. If you were to done the, let's say, the consequent encroachment, where would that have been? Looks like you would have been stopped out on this one with 10 handles. The second entry would have worked, and that was the move higher, and ended up going all the way up there. But that was obviously the AM session, so we really don't care about that right now. We want to care. I apologize. I don't have my music on. Give me a second. I'm missing something. What am I missing? I felt naked. It's kind of boring when you don't have any background music. Inner Trader, Jonathan, Adam, CM. Hey. How are you all doing? I'm glad you guys are here. How was your week so far with trading? Good, so-so, not the greatest. Mine wasn't the greatest so far. If you were here yesterday, I shared I had a confession of, I went on tilt on, what was it, Wednesday, and I overtraded, and I had some major drawdown in my accounts. So, didn't blow accounts, but I was still is in drawdown. So I'm going to do base hits. Got to get back to the basics. The things that I know that I have done well at is base hits. 10 handles, 10, 15 handles, base hits. Don't try to go for the home run trades because it hasn't been where I'm at in my development as a trader. I'm not there yet. I know I'm not there yet. So base hits are the things that I've seen tremendous success in. So that's what we're going to focus on today, base hits. So inner trader, not the best break-even week. I know what that feels like. I understand what that feels like. Let's see. Yesterday was good for me, but earlier this week lost a bit. Feel you, Jonathan. I know the pain. It is really about. Oh man, there's a trade right there. Close on the 1 minute. Ran the low right there. Boom. Swept the high. What time was that? 9 o'clock. You only need a couple 10, 20 pointers to make a decent day. 100%. And if you're copying multiple accounts, it's not a big deal. So we're going back to base hits for today. Close this. This is a big momentum trade that's happening based off of a 1 minute inversion to the downside. It looks really nice. Breaker as well. I just was sitting down. Oh my gosh. That's nice right there. And then there's the inversion. That's a little small inversion, but maybe it's better on the 30-second. It probably is on the 30-second. Yeah, and there's a change in state of delivery on the 5 minute right there. So this would be our breaker sitting right there. That was our breaker. Nice setup. Nice and quick. I would like to see price move up into the daily SIBI and take the equal highs out at 21.62, the 1 hour. I went on tilt this week also. It hurts. Oh, dude. Being able to get out, this is I keep reminding myself, when something negative happens, how I respond and how I get out of it really shows my character, and nobody else is going to see that. It's just going to be me. Nobody else is going to see that character but me, and it really tells me where I'm at in my own personal development. So I'm being extremely cautious because it's so easy to go on tilt. Okay, so we're having some reactions. It's 3 minutes till open. Interesting. So if you guys are excited for today, excited for the commentary, hit the like button. I would greatly appreciate it. Masato, how you doing, my friend? It's good to see you. Okay, we missed our first A+ setup. Boom, right here. This would have been really nice. So at this point, it's momentum, either trading the momentum or running. But I mean, we could just already be on the sell side of a market maker sell model. And so right now, we just need to look for an opportunity that we can get in. An opportunity. But we will 100% not do anything before open. Do not make a trade before open. Good morning. Neowave, how you doing? Neowave, I don't think I've seen your name. Where are you located at, man? Where are you watching from? Glad to have you this morning. It's fair value gap. That's a speed bump right here. We want to see if this speed bump wants to break through. If it's going to break, it's going to be right now in the next 22 seconds. Based on this reaction, that's not the reaction anybody would want to see if you're expecting this to run lower. So let's see what happens with this candle right at open here. Canada! Glad to have you. There it goes. From that entry to there, 50 to 60 points. That would have been nice. All right, so higher time frame analysis. I mean, I honestly don't want to do anything at the moment or do that because I'm thinking we're dropping here. We're going to have some type of move, and that's currently taking place. We have a draw on liquidity to the downside. We have these equal lows sitting right down here. This is the end of the higher time market maker sell model. So I want to get in. If we're going to be aggressive, I'm waiting for some type of retracement. Would like to see us go back maybe to this level right here around 19,899. Find some resistance there and then continue lower. Didn't realize I wasn't logged into my copy trader, so I'm getting logged in here real quick, guys. All right, got it all set up here. All right, let's see here. What do we got? What do we got? What do we got? Heck of a reaction right here. 50 seconds left on the 5 minute. This is what I'm looking at. If you can see, you can see this. I'm looking at this wick. See how long that wick is? If this is green, stays green right here, that's heck of a reaction from this 5 minute. Okay. I want to see what we're going to do as a result of this. There's not a single fair value gap up here. We only have these equal highs sitting right here. And then in 17 seconds, depending on where this closes, which it just eliminated all the fair value gaps in there. Okay. Holy cow. So it just eliminated all our opportunities here as far as fair value gaps on the 5 minute and the 15 minute. There's really nothing. We have one fair value gap sitting right here. And it's being extremely aggressive. We Here's a 2 minute in 30 seconds. Let's see where it wants to close. I really don't want it to close. I mean, because then it would make me make a decision to actually have to take it. I do like it, how aggressive it is. It's not, obviously it's not closing above. So I'm not going to do anything on the 1 minute here. You have a 3 minute, which 2 minute is what I think I would want to wait for. A close above to this high right here. Now, we may run for these equal highs here, but we still have a breaker, and there is going to be some resistance right here. Okay, so this is a I want to get in and out. Let's assume that there's 12 handles. That's enough for me if that was to take place, but we're still having more reactions and just up and down movement here. So if this is the case, this is still a market. This could be a continuation of the market maker sell model. There's not an entry on the 2 minute. Your only opportunity would be this 1 minute right here. And we got to be careful because we're not redelivering off of something. This did not grab liquidity up here. We just did an imbalance. We rebalanced an imbalance area. So this makes this not an A+ type setup, but if we're on the right side of the move, an A+ is better because you're bearish. It's on your side. The other thing is we're going for a low that just swept another low, right? So if this in fact does close below, this low was just created. I would much rather run for these equal highs than I would the other things. I like this as well. An order block within this 2 minute fair value gap. I like that. There's probably a 30-second here as well. There's a 30-second close right there. I'm going to wait for the 1 minute. Good morning, DDT. How you doing? Okay, that's too high for this 30-second, but now we have this 2 minutes, so we're still waiting for this 2 minutes to close. Okay, just grab that. Grab the highs on that. Oh my gosh, it's going to go without us. Hindsight is 20/20. 30-second would have been a better entry. It just gave us an opportunity compared to now taking it up here. This is going to run these equal highs here, guys. Oh my gosh. A little bit of FOMO when you're waiting to see if trades play out and then you see them all play out in a very fast manner. Isn't that insane? So, missed it.
Order submitted.
Second. It's quite difficult with these 50 plus pullbacks. 100% CM. Where am I? I'm looking for something here on my. Morning, John. Things are moving, man. Look at this volatility. This is just insane. Okay, so we left that high. These equal highs are taken. This high was done. Two minutes till the 15 close, looking for closing above pre-market high. Yeah, we're waiting for that. We got that in 2 minutes. So here's our high. We have this inversion sitting right here. Let's see how aggressive, if it's going to slow down or if it's going to calm down. Man, there's so many options here. It just seems ridiculous. There's 2 minutes. I was waiting for the 1 minute and I didn't pan over to the 2 minute. I was waiting for this 1 minute. I didn't pull over to see the 2 minute, and I would have gotten in on the 2 minute. There's just too many. There's a lot of things that we got to take into consideration here. All right, so there's the close on the 1 minute. I'm not entering this one right now. I don't know, guys. I'm getting to love this volatility. I mean, I love the volatility. It's just, it's moving so fast that your analysis needs to be on point or you're going to get ran over. I'm not complaining about the volatility at all. It's just refreshing and unexpected when you weren't expecting this. Let's see. Yeah, sometimes I still miss a trade because stop placement would be too wide for me. Still looking for 19,726, 19,726. I would like that down here too. That's excuse me. That's what I'm waiting for. So we have let's see here. In 1 minute, we'll have a change in state of delivery on that candle, but I don't like that. I would rather it be, let's see, let's go down to a lower time frame. So here's a market structure shift right here. We have a market structure shift. I would like to see us find some resistance right here. Really nothing on the 2 minute as far as downside. I think what I want to do, if we're going to stay in this range, I think I want this high to be hit first. It doesn't have to hit though. That's the thing. If we are bearish and we're going to complete this 4-hour market maker sell model, this is what I'm referring to. This is the market maker sell model I'm referring to. This is the lows that I'm referring to right here. If we're going to complete that, it's going to be relatively soon. It doesn't have to complete it either, but this is, to me, this is the completion of a market maker sell model. And it means we also see lower prices. If prices still want to move higher, then we may not hit that, and we could continue all the way back to the all-time highs over the next, 2 weeks or so. Here's the 15-minute time frame. Okay, so what do we got here? We have this wick right here is telling of bullish price action. We have this 15-minute fair value gap that we're basically respecting right here. 15-minute BISI. Here's a 2-minute fair value gap. It's not we did grab this low here, but we didn't run these lows. So we're not really delivering from a very key level. So this doesn't make this an A+ type setup. This is something lower probability. It could still work out if the draw on liquidity is here. It also could stop short. So we're not 100% sure. And if I'm going to wait for A+ setups, then I'm going to wait for A+ setups as well. So this is not one of those A+ setups. This is maybe an eval trade if you want to take it on eval. Just found your channel and watched a few of your past lives. Wish I would have found you earlier. You are a great follow. Thanks, Angel. I appreciate it. Glad to have you. Thanks for joining. Any questions you have, feel free to ask away. Ask away. All right, so no close on the 2-minute. We still got 2 minutes left. No close. Here's why. Here's another reason why. We're looking at this. Look at the 5-minute. 5-minute candle is, or 15-minute candle is just a giant wick right here, right? So you're playing inside a 15-minute candle's wick, which we absolutely could. We have the support of this 15-minute fair value gap. It could give us enough energy to hit these highs, and we have it. So I'm short term. I think I am a little bullish here, but I'm just waiting for a lot of clarity that's going to tell me it's time to get in. "27 seconds here. I think I'm going to take a small position. I'll take a small position if it closes. It's definitely slowing down now. Bro, we looking sell, right? Short term, I'm bullish. I would really like this to hit. But long term, I think our draw on liquidity is going to be these equal lows down here that completes the market maker sell model. The more we stay in this range, the less likely trades are going to play out as far as inversions. So right now we have two obvious targets in my mind. We have these highs, which we just left basically relatively equal highs, and then we have these equal lows that complete the market maker sell model, right? So as far as the market maker sell model goes, we could still run these highs and then run these lows, because we're looking at a 4-hour higher time frame market maker sell model. So I wouldn't be opposed to trying to take a long to this high or waiting for this high to hit and then go down. If we just get extremely heavy and we have an inversion, I'll play off of that either as well. But and that's the only type of setup with our inversions that we have. Wait for a 10 a.m. candle open, should pick direction after 10. That's going to be in 5 minutes. So that as well. Let's see. I want to see what we got over here. All right, so this is more attractive now. It depends on when it runs. Hopefully it doesn't go now. I don't want it to run these 2 wicks right here. I want to move my stop to break even when we hit this wick right here. So ideally, I want us to get a position somewhere around here, and I'm going to move my stop to break even as soon as I get to there. You could honestly take profit and get 10 handles with that right there as well. So this is about a 13 handle stop loss from that. I would like this to close right there and then not run these ideally. Good morning, Mags. How you doing? See how indecisive this is right now? I mean, the market has completely shifted from what it was right at open. I mean, open was insane, just running and running and running. I did not execute very well on that. All right. I think we will take the downside liquidity, so look for sale. Look for the sale. We're not redelivering off of this either, but I like it. Let's see if it wants to run right now. Do I have my screen's not working, guys. my screen's not working, so I can't show this trade, but I'm in this trade. I have my stop to break even at right now. Targeting this low right here. And that's hit. All right, 94 ticks. 94 ticks on that one. So that was a 20 handle play. That was freaking amazing. All right, so I tried to show it. You saw my screen flash over here. I was trying to get, for whatever reason, OBS is not pulling that screen up, and I wasn't able to get that execution on screen for you guys. Yeah, I don't know why it's not working, so I apologize on that. But let me go back to the screen here. I got in on the close of this. I got in right here. That was my entry. Stop was immediately set to here, and I was targeting this low. And so that was 24 handles. I said 94 ticks, I think is what I said. So 24 times 4 is 96 actually. So I said 94, 96. So we were somewhere around here for my execution. So that was a win for 24 handles. Final fair value gap here to the downside. You could see that we did not want to get higher. And this candle right here is what told me that, hey, we want to leave this range. And as soon as the next candle immediately closed, I'm like, okay, we're gonna go. I mean, look at the previous price action. When it started moving, it moved. So ended up took that, and we're out for 24 handles. Sorry, I wish I could have got that on screen. Okay, so I think we're still probably going to, it depends on how, if this candle closes below this green bar, then that's going to turn into an order block, and we should see us run these lows here. Okay, so I'm treating this 1001 candle as a bearish breaker or bearish order block, and I want to see if we close in under this in 12 seconds, we're going to run these lows. That's how I would view that. Now, it's not an entry. It's not an entry, but this is order flow. That's what I'm looking for. Where's my order flow? So it did not close below it. Did you see that? It did not close. So I'm just watching, and I'm learning how to read order flow here to help determine when I know I need to get in and out of trades. So let's just say I was holding for this move right here, and I was still in this short from up here, and I decided I wanted to hold through this. If I saw this close here, I would be taking size off or closing my trade, just because I want to see this order block closed, and this is not a signature and price I like. It's allowable. We could still close below this, but we really want, if I want to see momentum, I want to see that close below. So if I decided to still hold, I'm really waiting for the close below this 1001 candle for clear order block to continue the move lower. Okay, so that's 2 candles in a row. That is not a good signature in price. That is not a good signature in price. That, again, it's a red candle. It's a black candle, so we still could see it could still go lower. If this was green and closed like that, I would be all out. So really, I'm waiting on this close of this candle. Are we red or green? And are we disrespecting premium arrays, or are we breaking through discount arrays? So right now we're still respecting premium arrays. We have this mitigation block right here. We have this isn't an order block yet, but as soon as we start doing this, it's probably not in your favor. I would be getting out. So this is, even though I'm out of the trade, I'm still reading price action to try to figure out what I'm going to do. What would I do? Because here's the thing. The more you read when you're not emotionally connected to the outcome, the better. Because the more familiar you get with it, when you get in a trade, your emotions are now in the trade. And you need to have such clear logic that you can pierce through the emotional desire to see a win, right? So I would have been out. What did I say? We wanted to see this close below. Now, if I was in this trade, what I've done in the past, even the recent past, I'm talking like this is something that I struggle with, is I would see these 3 candles not close below this, and I'd say, oh, well, it's not running against me yet, even though the sign is clear that it's not moving lower. And I either protect my position or I'm going to get ran over. And my stop would have been hit right now. There's the stop. That would have been a break even. I would have been out for break even, and I would have missed opportunity on 20 handles, right? Because I couldn't read the price action logically and understand that there's a higher probability this wants to move the other direction. So disregard my emotions and get out. This is the key on mastering trading. And I'm saying this because I know that I need to master it even more. I'm not saying this because I haven't mastered by any means, but I just know logically, this is what I just read here needs to be identified before you actually get into a trade emotionally, so that you can be able to say to yourself, I'm going to get out. So we ran these lows here. I would like this. If we are doing this ranging back and forth, this looks interesting. B plus. I'm not taking anything. But the point that I'm trying to articulate is you can learn to trade even when you're not trading, but you have to be very intentional and not passive when you're looking at the charts. Okay? You have to, let's use this as an example. Let's use this. Okay? B plus type setup. Why? We're ranging back and forth. We could hit it, we may not. But either way, we swept lows right here. We swept this low right here. So we swept that low, okay? And we chose not to run lower. Order flow started disrespecting premium arrays. Now I'm going to watch this and say, all right, if I make this an entry, a hypothetical demo entry, start reading price. Start reading what happens so you can become familiar with how price moves, right? That is the key to becoming better in your trading, okay? Let's see what happens here. So you see how this is different than this right here? We're going back and forth. We are grabbing liquidity, but it's not as aggressive running for key levels. This was external liquidity. This was external liquidity. Everything from this low to this high is internal liquidity and just has lower probabilities. Okay? I want to run for external liquidity. So, all right, let's see here. We're going to do a... Okay, we're going to watch this. I'm doing a demo trade on this, or I'm not actually trading this, but I'm going to read through this with this on here. It doesn't look like it's even going to trade. So we don't have a trade, or we don't have a close above this level here. Okay, so even though it's not closing, let's read price, all right? Here we have the consequent encroachment of this 1 minute. The bodies are closing and respecting the consequent encroachment of this fair value gap, okay? We closed below, closed in the fair value gap, but around the consequent encroachment, and we'll see what this candle wants to do. But these three candles tell me price wants to or may want to start moving the other way or start consolidating. It's one or the other, either consolidation or reversal. Those are the two options that could happen right here. And in 22 seconds, we're going to have more information on this candle right here. Now, if we start closing above, then that tells me we may want to continue higher, right? We are also reading how it's reacting with this fair value gap. We're not getting in a trade. We're just watching price to get more familiar with it. Okay, so there's the close. We'll call that an entry. It's right on the line, but we would want to target that high right there, and we would be out right here, okay? If we close below that level, I'm not in this trade. I don't recommend taking this trade. It's a B where this is all internal liquidity. This is all within this last clear leg right here. All this price action is between this low and this high. And all of this is just internal. Really, we want something to happen outside of this. Until that happens, everything is going to be lower probability. Okay, so we're watching this play. We had a higher body closed than the previous one. So from here to here, that's a good sign. This immediately went the other way. Okay. Now we want this. That actually did not close as I get closer. Okay. Let me show you. I told you guys that I didn't think it closed, but I said it was close enough. As I got closer, you can see the candle didn't actually close. Okay, so I said this is do not take this trade, but as I got closer, you could see that it actually didn't close above this fair value gap. So that in itself would have been a no trade. From here, it looks like it closed above. That's why I decided just to put it on there so you guys could watch. Okay, so it did not close, and then now we aggressively move the other way. So now I'm looking. All right, here's a single fair value gap. 1 minute. Do we got a 2 minute here? We got a 2 minute. I like this 2 minute better. It's single. It's larger. Let's look at that. Okay. So here's a 2 minute. So I've already told you that everything between that low and high is lower probability because this leg, where all this price action is within this leg. Okay. I'm looking for this high or this low to be ran, and I need to figure out which one could do it. And right now, I would be watching this fair value gap because we respected this one, and we are moving aggressively lower right now. Do we got a 1 minute? Okay, so the 1 minute closed. Let's use this as an example. The 1 minute closed right here. All right, so here's the low that you would want to target. Okay, now you're moving your stop to break even. And based on the aggression of this candle, we should be hitting this low. Okay, based on this candle right here, well, now look at this candle, the close. The body is closing low, but not below this low. So we could see some retracement here, but your stop is now at break even. Okay, so this tells me price is wanting to, I still think we're going to run this low. I'm looking at this low right here for it to hit. Let's see. It depends on where this candle closes. We want to see this body close below these lows. We still have 17 seconds. So we're watching the timer and we're seeing where the timer is going and how it wants to close. Are we going to just consolidate? Or are we going to turn the other direction? And it is looking like it wants to go the other direction. I don't like a green candle here, right? So that tells me I may want to consider getting out or reducing my position size. This is how we're reading price action. And based on that, we decide how we're going to respond. So basically, we're about to be stopped out right there. And this is us reading price. On the higher time frame, price action is looking bearish. It's just it's ranging quite a bit. See where these candles are all respecting this trend line that is a retail concept? This could be ran very easily though, right? But even on the 15-minute, it looks heavy. So we're waiting for this 2 minutes to close here. So there's our close. This would be on the 2 minute right here. There's our entry for the 2 minute. We're looking for it and targeting these highs right here. Okay. And it doesn't look like it wants to actually go in our favor. How often are you live? I tried to go live at least 3 or 4 times a week for the most part. That's really what I'm going for. All right, let's see if we got 1 minute. My goal on this is not to tell you to go long, but really to watch price. That's what we're doing. We're learning to read price. That is what I'm looking for. I'm waiting for a sell. Abrud. We are looking. I'm watching this right here. Are we closing below it? 20 seconds. This is the 1 minute. Now, when you see it do this back and forth, this is when you're like, it's kind of snaky. It's going up and down. We probably want to stay out. Okay, so the candle did not close below on that one, but it wicked below. We want to watch the next candle. What's going to happen with this? How is price moving? It respected it closed above this, but disrespected this high. So that tells me we may want to move lower, and that's the side that you're going to want to hang out on. Less can CrowdStrike. Yeah, I heard something about that. I don't know. I don't know about all that. I don't know. It's very. I don't know what's going on in the world, man. I think there's a lot of manipulation. I heard that there was a company. This is not a political channel, but I'm bringing this up because of that comment. There was a index fund or a trading firm that makes millions and millions of dollars, and like a few days before the assassination attempt on Trump, they shorted one of the largest shorts of all time, 12 million shares short on DJT on that ticker. I don't know, man. I mean, there's a lot of conspiracy. There's a lot of weird things like that. I'm just like, a lot of junk. There's so much happening right now, so that could be a part of what's going on. But I mean, at this end of the day, if you follow your rules and you follow your entry patterns, you have a higher probability of success. And when you see stuff like this, you just stay out. You just don't trade those positions, and you just wait. All right, so there's our first close, and look what it does immediately. It runs the other direction. It's just very, very just not choppy, but it's wicky. It's running back and forth, snaky. There's just a lot of. I don't like it. I'm not a fan. And these are such big ranges that it's just like your stops are, you'd have much larger stops as well. The strongest 5 minute ever seen, 100%. Yeah, 5 minute, and I mean, we closed below the, have we closed below the 15 minute? Yeah, we've closed below the 15 minute. All right, so there's the low. This is, we are now, this low is telling us we're moving lower. Because I told you that we were inside this range and we wanted to see a breakout of this range. So either we move lower or we find a fantastic long here. So now we just watch price and see what's going to happen with that. We have a 5 minute sitting down here. I want to see where the 5 minute closes. We still got 2 minutes left on that one, and we got just lower prices. I want to see this level hit first. If we can hit this level, I want to see us go back the other direction. I would like to see this level hit. All right, so there's the low. Let's see if we want to continue lower. Probably, that's my expectation. If you look at this, it looks like a market maker sell model. That's what I would expect us to see, is price wanting to move lower. Now see how it's not being aggressive after we grab that? I want to see, we set 3 seconds. Let's see where the body closes. But the body is really what tells us. Now we hit this low. I mean, honestly, I want lower prices. That's what I'm wanting. Now I want to go. Do you see how we have this trend right here, or this trend line? When you see stuff like this, it's a retail concept, but I'll still use it in my favor. And the way I'll use it in my favor is basically saying, all right, well, we might be on the sell side of the curve. I'm okay with a purge of one of these, but not all of them. So if we just run past one but not the other, that turns it into an intermediate term high, which is okay. But when I see something like this and I see my inversions to the downside constantly working, that's the one you want to focus on. You're going to want to focus on the ones that have the higher probability of success. And you can tell that every move higher did not work. And so when you start seeing that, when you see this close or this not running to the high, when you see this close turning completely the other direction, when you see this this close right here not running this high, when you see this close right here not running the high, you need to really consider, are we going to run the other direction? And that's what happened. Oops. If you guys have questions, feel free to put the questions in here instead of me just, gabbing away with who knows what. All right, so we closed below this on the 5-minute. What does the 15-minute look like? 15-minute also closed below. This is very heavy. You can see that we wicked up barely into this fair value gap sitting right here. We wicked up into that. Immediate high is on both sides. Has short term or it redelivered from the fair value gap. Yes. Yes. Francis, I don't think I've seen your name before. Welcome. Glad you're here, man. So we have this order block sitting right here. This is really what our eye's on. Are we going to respect this order block, this bearish order block, or are we going to run through it? Glad you're here, Francis. I'm glad you're here. All right, so we hit that. Are we going to respect it? We're going to push through it. I see a inversion right there that's also sitting right there. Do you see that inversion? I like that. Yeah, the buy side. I mean, if you go to a higher time frame, you got a higher time frame sitting right here, and when you see price action like that, it tells you why it doesn't have to be. So we have equal highs here in a 30-second. All right, let's see if this runs this high right here. All right, now that this is, we're in it, well, if you're in this going 30-second, we're looking for these equal highs to hit. See how choppy this is, guys? I mean, this, that's really what we were shooting for. The close of this. And we're not hitting that. Obviously, we have 30-second is right there. So closing below that, you want to be out, and there's the close below. See how choppy this is? This is price action we want to stay out of. This is price action you want to stay out of, or you're just not playing any of the upside. And even if I was going to go short, I'd want these highs to hit. I'd want these highs. I would want these highs to hit right here to be able to go short. So there's really no opportunity. We took one a while back. Right, was it here? I took this short right here at 9:59. The close of that right at 10 o'clock, we ran these lows. Excuse me. See, after that, we should see these run these lows. I mean, this is the kind of price action that just I'm probably going to get off and be done for the day because that kind of price action is just not fun. See that? There's a retest of the wick. Let's see if it wants to reject. We got 9 seconds on the 1 minute. We really want to see it drop, not push higher. We want to see it run lower. Not that wick. That's a horrible wick. I don't trade options, just futures. That's all I trade is futures. All right, I think I'm going to be done there, guys. Actually, no, we're about to hit the macro time. I'll wait. We got the macro time coming up right here. Yeah, I'm gonna sit here through this and just see what happens. All right. So now that we're in the macro and we just grabbed these lows, my question is this just an expansion, which I want it to be, just us to run to these lows down here? Or are we just grabbing liquidity and are we looking for a potential long to sweep some of this low resistance liquidity right here? All right, so I'm on the 30-second here. We just inverse this. Not really too quick of an opportunity and really no profit for us to do anything on that 30-second. And just FYI, I'm not necessarily calling out trades. I'm just reading price action. We ran these lows and we have an aggressive move higher. I like that. There's not a fair value gap anywhere here for us to do anything. So my guess is we're going to have a little bit of consolidation right around here. We did sweep these highs and we did leave a 30-second fair value gap here to the downside. And now I would not get so caught up in the 30-second here, guys, because, or 30-second or the 1 minute, because the higher time frame is really where we're going to have some clear price action. For us to go lower, I really want us to hit this level here, 19,829. And I think that's what we're going to run for, is these relatively equal highs here. And if we run for those relatively equal highs, that's really what I would want us to hit. I would want us to hit here for us to go lower. Interesting. All right, so we grabbed that high. Sorry, I had something issue with my, I got an alert on my copier, so I was trying to figure out what was going on with that. All right, so we grabbed that high. You can see that we barely swept it. We barely swept that high. So now we should see, or I would want to see, continuation lower. We did basically make exactly equal highs, is what it is. If we're aggressive enough down here, then we're probably going to continue to run lower no matter what. Yeah, we are in the 1050 macro time. I like this inversion right here to these equal highs. No entry. Watching that right there. We want to see it push through. We want to see that push right now. That's what we were waiting for. There's the push. Let's see if we got any more. All right. There's your 30-second win for that high. I apologize, guys. I have a call for work I have to take. You know what? I think this is probably going to be a good spot for me to end it. I will chat with you